Hello and welcome to Brig Bleeds Green, your weekly roundup of Stirling University's BUCS results from the past 7 days. We're on a different location today, as you can clearly see, but it doesn't mean that we're going to do anything different in the slightest. In a moment, we're going to run you through the day's rugby results from both women's and men's rugby. But first, Harry McArthur has the results from the busy day of hockey.
Well, for hockey, there was only 2 results that actually came in so far for the day. The men's hockey's 2 unfortunately lost 2-1 to the Edinburgh Fifths, and it was a really bad day for the hockey thirds as they lost 7-0 away to Heriot Watt. The men's first team, they were supposed to be playing, but due to frozen pitches their game got abandoned, and the women's hockey threes are in action right now as we speak. And now I'm going to pass you back to Craig Wright for the rugby.
Yeah, one of the flagship fixtures of today was women's rugby. They travelled to Liverpool to face Edge Hill University in a match in the BUCS Cup. Very close fought match, and tries from Lauren Hagan and Jess McGurk had put Stirling in a winning position late on in that game. However, an 81st minute penalty from Edge Hill meant that Stirling women's rugby suffered their first defeat of the season in their first cup match of the season, losing by 18 points to 15, a heartbreaking result. Still unbeaten in the league this season, however, and we'll be hoping for big results for them come next semester. The men's side of things, one fixture for them today. The men's seconds team were in action against Aberdeen Force up on the Airtree pitches. They won by 24 points to 7, with 4 tries scored for the men in green. Passing now over to Harry, who will have news of today's football scores.
Again, another slow day in terms of results, another 2 coming in. The men's 2s unfortunately lost in the cup to Sheffield away, that was 2-1. And the men's 4s there, a resounding 8-1 victory, that was at home to Queen Margaret at the Gannochy. The men's are currently playing Northumbria as we speak down south. And the women's football first beat Northumbria 4-1 in the BUCS Cup. And that just continues their great start to the season so far. And now I'm going to pass you back to Craig.
Yep, another team that had a busy weekend were Stirling University Futsal, both men's and women's teams in action there. And the headline makers this weekend, women's first futsal, winning their league by a smallest possible margin. They won by 1 goal on goal difference after a 22-2 win over Dundee over the weekend, ensured that they secured the winning margin required for them to take the title. For men's futsal, a bit of a mixed bag of results this weekend. The men's first drew 7 apiece with Northumbria in the Premier Division, the highest division of BUCS futsal. The men's seconds had a bit of a disappointing loss. They lost 8-0 away to Edinburgh seconds. However, the men's thirds took a victory in their match against St Andrews first. They won by 4 goals to 1. Now Andrew Baxter has a roundup of the rest of this week's BUCS results.
Yeah, it's been a busy week of BUCS action. Starting off with the tennis, the women's seconds beat St Andrews seconds by 10 points to 2. Unlucky result for badminton. They lost by 6 points to 2 at home to Durham. In lacrosse, the women's side were outclassed by a very strong Manchester team in the cup. In the water polo, the men's lost 8 points to 11 at home to Edinburgh seconds. But better news in the golf. All 3 sides in action at the weekend won their games. The seconds beat Napier by 8 points to 0. The thirds beat Glasgow Cali by 5 points to 3. And the fifths, they had a walkover against the west of Scotland. And finally, in netball, the first beat Napier, who were top of the league, by 40 points to 39. So a very good result for them. And back to Craig for the sign-off.
A couple of fixtures to tell you about, as well as the ones we've already mentioned taking place this evening. Men's basketball are away to Edinburgh seconds tonight. That's the late tip-off, as always seems to be the case with men's basketball. This weekend also sees a bunch of Stirling University teams in action. Netball, badminton, golf and men's Gaelic all are in action across Scotland this weekend. One final thing to mention as well, Stirling for this week. If you want to see your team featured next week on Brig Bleeds Green, get in touch before 5:30 and we'll do our best to fit your scores in. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening.